Good afternoon. I'm Marla Ellerman. I'm publisher of Mobile Marketing and Technology Online. We're here today at the Mobile Payment Conference, and we're with Jose Diaz, and you're the Director of Payment Strategies.
Correct.
At Thales.
At Thales
Yep.
Security, correct.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
What's the latest data breaches in the industry and the efforts to prevent them?
I think it's an interesting question because we take a look at the news any day. Today we see the breach that was announced for Eddie Bauer, and we've had some recent ones on Omni Hotels. And I think the fascinating thing is they continue to happen. I think the industry is still working on trying to get the point-to-point encryption out there to try to be able to get the merchants out of scope for a lot of the PCI audits. The industry efforts also on the tokenization front. We see more on the payment, the use of payment tokenization as was done with Apple Pay. So we remove the real numbers from the world. The acquired tokenization, so that if somebody breaks into an organization, that information, as account number information, is protected in the vault. We can use tokens everywhere else in the system. So I think there's strides being done, but unfortunately we still see a lot of press about it, so a lot more work that needs to be done.
And that's where you guys come in with the solution, correct?
Correct. Everything having to do with protecting those payment transactions, and more importantly, protecting the keys that are used for encryption, because it's not just a matter of using encryption, it's how do you protect the keys that you use for the encryption, and that's where we come in on the back end to be able to protect, generate the tokens, protect the real account number data, as well as with point-to-point encryption to ensure that that information is secure.
So tell me, do you think mobile payments are taking off? I mean, the stats show that it's really low still. I'm banking on it. But what's your thoughts on that?
I think the thing with mobile payments, and we have to kind of separate things. I think the acceptance, which we've heard in the conference, has always been an issue, just like with contactless payments years ago. Not enough places to use it, so consumers will go to whatever it is that they can use at more places. But I think we ought to take a look at just the use of mobile for anything having to do with payments, and the way the merchants have adopted mobile as a way of improving their applications and building payments into the application, which obviously is a great advantage for consumers. We've seen some applications that are with using NFC or using QR codes that are on the screens or on the terminal, as we've seen with Walmart Pay, for example, and now CVS that announced recently as well. So I think it's how we're starting to see mobile being integrated more into making life easier for consumers. It's not about the payment, it's how we can make the shopping experience better.
Tell me about Visa and the wearable products that were at the Rio Olympics, and what was your part in that?
Yeah, it's interesting because I think they finally they were handing out rings that the athletes could actually use in order to be able to pay wherever they were at. So it's a way that we're kind of taking the next generation of payments, of making it easier for consumers, that if you're walking around, you could use your keys to do payments or whatever you put that payment credential into. Obviously, if we're going to go take payment information and put it in such a device, security is critical in making sure that we're putting those credentials in a proper device, that we can authenticate it, that we can protect the information to get it on there so it can be properly utilized. So there's a lot more to be done in that front. We're not talking about physical card issuing where there's more control around it. But I think the day of coming where we've seen being able to do payments from your car, that I can sit in the car, get gasoline, pay directly from my car, have the refrigerator order food when it runs out of food at the house. Obviously, it's all great for convenience, but security has to be part of the infrastructure. We just need it to be part of transparency so that the consumer doesn't have to worry about it. And that's where a lot of the work that we do comes in, is the back end and the protecting the infrastructure.
That's great. Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
No, I think it's been a great event. The speakers and the sessions have been great in picking up a lot of information. So let's keep going with mobile payments and see if we can make the future a reality.
There we go, paving the way in the mobile payment space. Thank you for watching.